Yo, what up? I want to first apologize for my absence because I haven't done this in a while. But I dedicated the end of March for my daughter. It was her birthday. April, we had some cancellations, some rescheduling, Easter. But we're back. We're here, and I have a guest. She's a woman that looks like she's doing some amazing things. She's, from what I've seen, a top producing realtor. Do I say that right?
Realtor.
Ashley. Ashley.
Hi.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed and excited to have you on. I want to say I appreciate you coming on because you look like you're a very busy woman.
Well, I like to do these kind of things. So
Cool.
instead of working every day, I feel like I could take time out to like do things like this. So I enjoy this.
And that's cool. And I kind of thought that because your content is pretty amazing, I think.
Thank you.
I'm big on stuff like that too. So when I see like good quality stuff, it's like, damn. And then you do it like consistently.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, she seems like a hard worker, or she's always at it.
It's tough, like trying to keep like a schedule of content built up and just doing content on top of work. That can get tricky. But it's tough behind the scenes.
Yeah, I imagine it's tough, and there's a lot of. I like some of your stuff where you kind of show the mess ups,
Oh, okay.
and it's like, well, yeah, it can't always be perfect, or I'm sure there's a lot of editing that goes behind it.
Right.
But yeah, man, top producing realtor like that sounds amazing. That sounds pretty cool. I'm sure it gives you like a good sense of like people
Achievement or something.
recognizing your hard work,
Yeah.
like, and putting all that in, and we'll get into that. But I like to get a little. I mean, not too personal.
Okay.
But I believe everybody has a story that is inspiring, and what you're doing is very inspiring. But
Thank you.
yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah, no, for sure. And but like, I kind of want. I don't know too much about you.
Okay.
I know some of your relatives,
Right.
and I believe that's how we've met each other before.
Long ago.
Long time ago, yeah. But yeah, how was it? How was Ashley's upbringing? Like, how was your household? I guess like 10 years old, maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, how was that?
How was my household?
Or your just upbringing, was it happy times all the time? A single child? I don't even know if you have brothers and sisters.
You don't?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
So, okay, I have 3 brothers. I have an older brother and 2 younger brothers, but one of my younger is just a year younger than me. So, like,
Okay, so that's very
everyone
close.
thought we were twins growing up, and I'm like, we're not twins. We don't even look the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I do have 3 brothers. My household was different. It wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, like, we always had everything we wanted and more. But it was just an interesting way of life. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had both parents. I had my mom and my dad for years up until I was like 16 or so.
Okay.
No, up until I was like 15. Like right after my quince. We have quinces and stuff. So right after my quince, my parents split. And
Oh man, I didn't attend your quince.
You didn't?
I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. Those years are so like we just used to hop around and go to
all I
quince.
remember, honestly, all I remember was like the park. You know the park?
Yeah,
Off of like...
that's my backyard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
your backyard. So that's all I remember is like going to my cousin's house, and then that's kind of how I know you. It's from
Okay, because we
the
always met at the park. Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I have so many memories at that park.
There's a lot there's a lot of memories there. But like you like
Good and bad.
good and bad, wild, but cool.
I think we were wild, man. I thought I just saw a picture recently. I don't know if you saw it, that Captain posted me with braids and stuff, and it just brought me back. And I was just like, wow, we were wild though.
Like I could never see my son like, okay, you're going to the park, cool. Like,
oh no,
like because we were by ourselves at the park. Like we didn't have parents with us. So
yeah, no offense to them. Like
no,
like,
yeah. No, I love my parents.
Yeah, like it wasn't their fault. It's crazy, man. Because I live in Kingwood now. And I can never let my daughter, even if it's and it's a good neighborhood. Like they say, like this is one of the best neighborhoods to
Oh,
live in.
here in Kingwood. Okay, yeah.
And I'm just like, I still don't
I
know.
thought you were talking about
Oh well, no, I definitely
where we
wouldn't.
grew up.
I definitely wouldn't let her go over there by herself. But even here, I guess me knowing what we've
Yeah.
done as kids, I'm like, cause they're kind of wild here.
Uh-huh.
Like I see little kids, 8 years old, and they're walking the streets by themselves, and I'm just like, where the hell
See,
you
I
came?
can never do that. I can never.
No, I
I
think
don't
it's because
know.
where we come from, though.
Probably. We're like too. We want to shelter them a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel.
And man, like, but it's crazy because one time my daughter asked me, like, hey, my friend wants to meet at the park. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going with y'all. Like, and I get there and then I get there and the kid pulls up by herself. And, and I forgot what, just like 10 years old maybe. And I'm just like, all right, well, y'all can go play, but I'm going to be right here. Like, I just, and I don't know. She might not like it. I don't know. But she seems
Yeah.
to be fine with it. Well, at the time. She's getting a little older in middle school now, so she's kind of got that like want me around. But
Yeah, middle school's tough. I started middle school this year, and it's a different world. It's a different
yeah,
ball game for sure. As a parent, I guess.
yeah,
But
yeah. So
yeah.
I guess back to the park though. Yeah,
Okay.
we yeah, that's where that come. I remember that now. Like
Yeah.
I was
Right?
yeah, us always meeting up there, hanging out there. But yeah, that was my backyard, man. Like it's like
I do. I didn't remember it was your backyard until you said it right now, and I was like, "Oh crap, that was his backyard."
yeah, and I was like our property was the only one that didn't have like a fence. So you can see my backyard. So I just imagine everybody that went there was like, that's Joseph's house.
Yeah.
And or is he outside or whatever. And but I missed that house for that
Do you?
reason. Hell yeah. I was able to live there for a little bit by myself.
Okay.
Me and my daughter. I was renting it out from my parents. And but yeah, then they wanted to get rid of it. And I had an opportunity to buy it, but I didn't. And I regret that a lot.
We have to let go of some of those things sometimes.
Yeah, we
You
do.
know?
We do. But it would have still
Don't be
been
hard on yourself.
it would have been a good investment as well though, because that area is like popping. Like
Yeah.
the prices of the house are crazy now.
They are really crazy. If you would have got it for low, you probably would have
I would have got it for low.
been a good. Yeah, you would have probably been in a good place.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I was more caught up like not on the investment part. I think I was caught up on the like I want a different house. Like I
Yeah.
lived there my whole life.
Yeah.
My biggest thing was one restroom. Like, who the fuck can have one restroom these days? And that's how we grew up in that house, one fucking restroom.
Do you ever look back at that? Like, how the hell did. So, I had always lived with my brother and my mom and my dad. It was just three of us in our house. Well, four with me. And I'm just like, how the heck did we all share one bathroom? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even share a bathroom with my kid right now. Like, it's
Nah,
crazy.
you have to have another bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we did it and we made
Right,
it work.
right, yeah.
And it's something you just grow up into. Like, it becomes normal at the time.
Right.
But nah, I mean, if you think about it though, I remember like, if, I mean, well, I think people have the issue, right? You wake up and you have to use the restroom.
Right.
And it's like, I'll stay in bed because I know it's somebody's in the
In the
restroom right
restroom.
now. And I'll just, stay in bed and just wait until finally I think, I hear somebody get, all right, now I can go use the restroom. So I think you just, this becomes a normal. But yeah,
Yeah.
as you get older, it's like, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
Like, there's
No,
no way.
I can never.
And so, yeah, I remember that. That was like a big reason why, too. I was just like, bro, it's time to advance. Like, can't stay in this house. But yeah, so I was stuck more on my personal needs rather than like investing in the property.
I will say, like, I don't know if you're going to go into real estate later, but a lot of people make that mistake. Well, not really a mistake, but they put the cosmetic things in front of like the bigger picture. And I'm always like, why did you miss that? Or why did you do this? And I'm like, don't look at the cosmetics, like, ever. Like, look at like what's going on in this neighborhood. Like, what's the development looking like?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll get nerdy on you. So.
Nah, that's good. That's good. Like I definitely want to get into that. I definitely want to get into that because, like I said, I like when I first told you, like I would like for this to be a little educational,
Mm-hmm.
help people out, and even me, bro. Like I'm kind of into real estate. Like
Yeah.
I guess I just never like knew where to start or
Right.
like where to really get into it. But
Uh-huh.
like me purchasing this home like was totally like an investment thing in my mind. I
Right.
was not supposed to get comfortable, but
Yeah. Okay.
but we got comfortable. Um, okay, so I kind of want to know about you first home.
Oh, my first. Oh
Did
gosh, I'll
like
tell you.
were you a realtor at the time?
No.
You weren't.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah. So my background is I was in the loan industry, so like the mortgage industry where you got your loan.
Yeah.
So I was in that industry for five
Okay.
years, and then I bought a home on like my fourth or fifth year in that industry, and then we closed on our home, and then I got into real estate, like became an agent. So crap, was
Okay.
that bad?
No, you're
Oh,
fine. Um.
so then yeah, I became an agent, and it was very interesting. So I didn't really know too much about the realtor side, but I know everything about
The
loans and
loan
like
side.
programs and like everything, right? And so we were only shown like three houses,
Uh huh.
and they were like, okay, pick one, and we're like, what the fuck? Like we don't like any of these houses, you know? So then we're like, well, I guess we like number two, you know? I guess we like that one, and we bought like an old home, and it was
It wasn't that great.
it was
I mean, like when
okay.
you first got it, I'm sure you had the excitement and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
of course, because it's I feel like well, you're Hispanic, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in my family's generation or my whole family, no one owns homes. Like so, like it was good. Like that's why we kind of just went in and we're like, well, let's do number two. We're buying a home. Like no one has bought a home. We were like 20 years old, I think, or 20 years old,
That's
and
pretty good, man.
yeah, like cause we, I just move really fast in things. Like I get bored easily, so I'll just say that.
I think that's a
um,
good thing.
it is to me. It is. Sometimes it's not though. But
Yeah, you might jump the gun on some things, but that's where you
right,
live and you learn.
right,
I would
exactly.
imagine
Yeah.
they're learning experiences.
But we bought our home. We stayed there for a couple years, and then we were like, "Screw this, let's get out."
So I'm kind of interested because I didn't know that the loan part. So were you more stuck on like we got a good loan? Like were you more like on like I knew this was a good loan payments and all this like so you were kind of looking at it that from that perspective?
Can I put this over here?
You can put it
Sorry.
anywhere you
Okay.
like.
Because I don't want it to vibrate and.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
But yeah, so were you more on the loan part because you knew that part?
Yeah.
Maybe, or am I wrong about that?
Are you? Do you mean like was I
Okay, like for
stuck
example,
on?
like
Okay.
me,
Uh huh.
when I had to get out of my house, I was like, I'm not gonna go live with my parents again.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see what I can get, And I really don't remember, but I think I got like a loan for like 150, and I think the payments weren't too great, and I was just like, never mind, I can't do this.
Right.
But was it like or you kind of knew how to maneuver through those loans or whatever, or you can get
Yeah.
a good loan where it was like, we could do this.
That's kind of how I do it. Like I like to also. I'm risky, but I like to play it safe sometimes.
Hmm.
So it wasn't like the amazing house that I thought I was gonna move into for my first home, but the loans and the numbers made sense to where. So I have a spouse, and it was like, okay, if I lose my job, you're able to still cover the mortgage. And if you lose your job, I'm able to still cover the mortgage.
Hmm.
So we kind of looked at it like that. So financially, it worked for us, if that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I played it. And the home wasn't in bad shape. It was just fucking old. It was so old.
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of like updating and renovating and
Okay, yeah, I was
yeah.
interested about that. Was it like were you a realtor first, and then you're
Mm-mm.
like, all right, I'm ready. I know the game, and I'm gonna get me a home now.
Yeah.
But you didn't, and then you got your home, and then you
Then I got it was
decided.
it was a setup. So
How was that?
yeah, so like what I did, okay, so this is informative, I guess, but you have to have 2 years of employment history to qualify to buy a home,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it has to be W-2 income. So if I would have gotten my license as a realtor, I'm self-employed now. So basically what happened is like the day we closed on our home, I started real estate school to do my own thing, and my husband quit his job, and he started his own thing. So we kind of like secured the financing part,
Mm,
like for the home,
mm-hmm.
and then we're like, okay, let's both do like our own
Ventures.
businesses. Yeah. So then we kind of took turns on like, okay, let's build this up first, then let's build this up, and then we kind of like maneuvered it that way.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? That's why I'm like, it was all planned out to be that way, but yeah,
And a great partner, I believe.
yeah,
Like you had like having a great partner and so, to support you and have your back.
yeah,
That sounds amazing, and
yeah.
it's not. And that sounds cool. That y'all had a plan.
Yeah, it was definitely planned out because I was like, I don't want to be here. I was working a lot, even in the loan industry. So I was like, if I have to work this much for someone else, I might as well do
Mm-hmm.
it by my damn self, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we kind of planned it out.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, bro. Like,
Right?
I work so much for somebody else, like put in crazy hours, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I could do all that for myself.
But you know it's weird? Like the world is so different, like even just from like 5 years ago. So I feel like
It's moving fast.
it's so fast, and I feel like people don't. Personally feel like in the future, in a couple years, a lot of people are going to be self-employed and like doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really truly feel like that because
I believe it too.
corporate has to take care of people to not go out and just make their own. You know,
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah. No, it's a valid opinion. I mean, it's moving fast, and you see it. And I get worried about people that are employed, and like they're replacing you with bots.
That
and,
too.
and shit. And it's
That's
like,
crazy.
and if you don't have a plan, it's like, or gain a skill, or you can be behind. I'm not gonna say you'll fail, but you will be behind.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, it's a scary thing to think of, but
it is.
hey, man, you doing your thing. You know, I think you gotta just worry about yourself, really.
Right.
And but yeah, no, that's cool. I wanted to know about that because when I bought my home, it was it was scary, and it was scary. I I just kept, but I knew I would like I had like 5 years of like I'm on a mission to buy a home
Right.
and saving up, and I wanted a home for me and my daughter,
Yeah.
and and a single income, and then like get into it. It was scary,
Hell yeah.
and I just remember like being ready though, like to me the paperwork and all that shit is what's really crazy.
Nerve wracking.
Yeah, it can get overwhelming. It can get a little like all this contract of shit that you don't like. You read a couple things in it, and I was just like, but I kept telling myself like, bro, you ready? Just do it, get to it. Or like you said, the W-2s, and I don't know. I
Yeah.
just hate doing that stuff.
Yeah.
That's just me though. People,
Right.
it's probably easier for some people.
I will say, like, the single people, like single men and single women that I work with, they all feel what you just described.
Yeah,
Like, no matter how much I inform them and educate them and make them feel like well informed about everything, I think it's just something in the back of your mind, like, I'm the only one. Like,
Yeah.
it's all on me. Like, I have no one to, like, fall back on, you know?
If something goes south, it's like,
And you have a child, so that makes it even, like,
yeah.
but I always say jump off the cliff. Like,
I kind of felt
just
like
do it. Yeah.
I felt like that's was my mentality when I was going through it. I mean, I would have my self doubt at times, but then I would definitely get into that mode again. Like, bro, just do it. Like, you're ready.
Yeah.
You can handle it.
Yeah.
Like, and I believe in people that are scared, or like
Mm-hmm.
the single people that you're talking about. Like, if you can manage money, a
Right.
budget, and all this stuff, and you're able to adjust. I mean, you've adjusted your whole life in it. You're not crazy in debt and stuff like that. You're gonna be able to do it.
Right.
Like, you'll find a way to do it.
Yeah.
I believe that.
For sure.
And so that, but yeah, I had to really push myself through that whole process. I'd still be scared kind of to these days, like about it. Like, I'll be like, damn, my home insurance, like I remember the first year, like getting that shit from my bank,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, they don't have my home insurance. Like, I was just, I don't know. I get in my head with these fucking mails that come in the mail, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I know everything's good though.
Yeah. As long as you're paying that mortgage, ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong at all.
So, I mean, you spoke on it a little bit, but I kind of want to know, how do you feel about people that say that buying a home is scary?
I feel like they just don't know what to do.
So they just
Like-
need to be informed.
Yeah. I feel like, so when people reach out to me, I give them like a whole, like, where are you at? Like, why do you want to move? Kind of like you kind of, we had a conversation before this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why? What's the why?
Oh yeah.
So like I always figure out that, and then I tell them like, I just kind of inform people. And I feel like a lot of even realtors don't do that till this day. They just hear you want to buy a home or you want to sell a home, and they're like, okay, cool, I could do it. But they don't really tell you like, here are your options. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
what you need to do. Are you sure you want to do this? Because this is where we're at right now in the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just really scary. And I really, even of all people, because I used to say Hispanics heavily. Like, I
Yeah.
need to stop saying that because I guess I mean, I'm Hispanic, whatever.
Well,
But
yeah, you feel like you know more majority of what we go through. So.
right, right. But I feel like now it's like all people are just kind of like, if your parents didn't really have an understanding of real estate and like how it could help you financially, then you really just don't know. And then it just sounds scary because then you hear on the news rates are high and you hear
Yeah.
like all this negative stuff. But
Yeah, I hate
really, you
that
just
stuff.
got to have a conversation about it, and that should clear everything up. At least that's what my clients go through.
Yeah, not yeah. I hate the negative stuff, like the
Yeah.
rates and stuff. And I mean, I think I took advantage of the low rates though. I
When
did.
did you buy? What year?
It was when COVID hit.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I
So
when
you did take advantage. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I took advantage of the positive because I did hear the rates were low, and I was like, it's time.
Yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
time. Like I'm not too educated, but I don't know. I think I just have a lot of good common sense, if that
Right.
makes sense. Like
That's all it takes, honestly, sometimes.
and cause I actually had a plan for my first home too. Like
Mm.
the payments and the amount of money. Like I don't know. I didn't know the options, but I was like, this is what I want,
Right.
and I was able to get it.
That's good.
And I kind of tell people, I kind of think you can do that. I
Hmm.
don't know, like manifest what you want,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah,
and
for
um
sure.
and it happened like and then do you sell a home? Like, are you there like trying to sell a home? Like, are you there like with your client and you're like, look, the granite tops and look the open home space and like, are you there to sell it? Let's
No.
no, right?
No.
I feel like you when the house sells itself.
Yeah, I think that the way that I do things, and I always tell my clients, I promise I want to sell you a house, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. And so, like, when we walk through a home and I like fill foundations off, or like I see stains in the ceiling, or
Mm-hmm.
outside the HVAC system looks
Yeah,
like from 1980 or something,
yeah,
even though the home may feel good, that's gonna die one day.
right.
So, I don't really do that because I will say I walk homes like almost every day. And when your clients walk through the door, they know if it's their home. Like you don't have to tell them anything. Like there's just some weird magical, and I promise it's like a magical feeling. Like
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, you know what? This one feels like it's it. It's mine, or like that. I love it, and that's kind of how I go about it. But I don't try
So
to sell a home. No.
so you're more calling out the things that they need that they might miss,
Yeah.
like you said, like the HVAC or
Hmm.
foundation or
Yeah. What's common is like you'll walk into like renovated homes, and your buyers will be like, oh my God, like this is so beautiful. Like they just did all the countertops, all the light fixtures, they did
mm-hmm.
all this stuff. And in my head, I'm like, what the hell happened here? Like, cause
They
I'm like,
covering up something.
why did they renovate the whole damn house? Like, did it flood? What happened?
Yeah,
So I let them enjoy their moment, but I always bring them back down to
to
like,
reality.
this is why you hired me, cause I'm trying to like make sure you don't shoot yourself in the foot, like at closing day, you know?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I've bought a whole bunch of homes, right?
Right.
But when I bought my home, that was kind of a surprise to me. Like my realtor did not.
Oh.
He just we just walk in and he would just like
Like
let
my first home. Like my first home.
he would just let you like go to the place. Like I'm gonna be right here and
Oh no, see, I don't do that.
I was just, but I kind of appreciate it. I think you get different people, right? That might want somebody, come on, bro, like walk with me or something. But I kind
Yeah.
of appreciate it. Like, yeah, just leave me alone. Like
Really?
I want to look at this shit myself. Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
yeah. Because
Maybe it was that relationship that was built.
maybe,
I don't know.
maybe, but like I think, like I told you though, like I already had what I wanted. If that
Right.
makes any sense. Like,
Yeah.
and because I wasn't looking for somebody to sell me a house. Like I was more like I don't want it to be fixed up because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to fix it up. I wanted to
Right.
put some money into it,
Yeah.
and So I was just more like, what can I do to fix? Like, does this look like a good fix up or fixer upper? And so I just had that mindset, and I think so. I wasn't looking for somebody trying to like
Sell
be,
you.
or even tell me something, and I'm like, that's not even my vision,
Really?
bro. Yeah,
That's interesting. Okay.
but I mean, that's different people.
It is. It is.
But yeah, so cause like, but I did feel the magical thing that you're talking about
Right?
because it just kind of like I didn't care what people thought. Like when I walked in here, I was because the one thing that I like for my homes is the open,
Open concept.
open concept
Yeah.
and high ceilings. And so when I walked in here, and I don't know why I love like I can cook, which I don't cook too much, but if I ever cook,
Right.
I can see my TV. I
Okay.
don't know. That's just something. That's just what. Like I
That's
said,
one of your things.
yeah, it's one of my
Yeah.
things. And so when I walked in here and I saw the high ceilings, open space, and I was just like, the stove's right across the living room. I was like, and then I saw what I could fix up.
Right.
I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it was
Okay.
the price. It was
That you wanted to fit it checked all the boxes for you.
yep.
That's good.
And I think the cul-de-sac had something to do with it too, because
Really?
I lived on a cul-de-sac when I was younger.
Okay.
So I
That's
was,
interesting.
yeah,
Not a bad interesting, but like,
yeah.
because you grew up, that's why I'm like, oh, okay. That makes
Mhm.
sense, I guess.
I mean, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be like what you said, right? Like, don't pay attention to those little things.
No, honestly, I have had people like who grew up on like
Corner lots or something.
corner lots, and they hated it because like they would either get trash like thrown over
Yeah.
or whatever, or people just constantly walking. So they absolutely are like, do not sell me. Like I do not want to see it. I don't care if it has everything, but if
Oh.
it sits on that corner, I don't want it.
And you listen to that.
And I do, but I also like make sure that they're kind of open minded too.
Yeah, because I think I think you have to be open.
And it depends on the area like that you grew up in, and kind of like I don't know, I feel like it just depends on a lot of factors. But I do get people saying like, I grew up with this, so like I really kind of want it to be like this, or
Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, it's cool. Like I didn't grow up in a house like forever, so like we always moved. Like every
Okay.
couple years, we always moved. So
One thing that I hate about, because I lived in one house my whole life,
yeah,
and I unsubconsciously, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm accustomed to that.
okay,
So I think that's why I got comfortable.
yeah,
Like, and then in attachment,
yeah,
you get attached.
you do.
And I was like, and I kind of don't like that. Like, cause I know people that like, they'll buy a house, fix it, and they're gone.
Right.
Or they buy a house and they don't even live in it. And it's like, damn, bro, like, I kind of want to live in it for a little bit.
I want to
like,
enjoy what I did to it.
I just bought this motherfucker. Like my room is crazy here. You didn't see it, but I'll show you it. But I was like, I have the biggest room ever, bro.
That's good.
And I'm just like, damn, I don't think they even make rooms this big no more. Like master bedrooms.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, but
Say primary.
primary.
Primary. We'll get in trouble for that. I will get in trouble for
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's a
Primary.
weird thing. Y'all could Google it.
I kind of want to know.
It has to do with like race and. Can we
Wow.
cut this out?
Why?
It has to.
I'll cut it out if it's not good. But
Oh, it's nothing crazy. Like okay, so I don't know if okay. I'll just say what I think that it has to do with. So what came out is like we would call it master bedrooms.
okay.
Well, supposedly, like back in the day, there was a master of the home, and there was like slaves, and like so they kind of banned all realtors. Like literally, we'll get like a fine for saying master. I don't think I'll get in trouble here, but like we are not
Wow.
supposed to say master. Like if our HAR, like the description of the home says master, we'll get fined for it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so we have to say primary bedroom.
And like, is that new though?
It's probably like 2 or 3 years old now.
That's
Mm-hmm.
new.
Yeah, it's new. It's new.
To me, that's crazy. That's wild.
It's new because I remember one video I was posting, and I was like, "Oh, like here's the master, or you're gonna love the master, or whatever I said," and I kind of got like a slap on the hand for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want y'all to get mad because I want to put that in there. Can I put this?
You can
in there?
put it in there.
Don't get mad at Ashley, man.
Don't get mad at me. It's
She
because
educated us right now.
I feel like I just don't want people to be like she said slaves or you know what I mean?
No, I get
Things like
that.
that. So
I get that,
I'm
but
just telling you what we get fined for, okay?
yeah, yeah, nah, I don't. No, I got your back on that. Fuck
Yeah.
that. No, nobody should say anything. And
I mean, I get
you're
it, but
educating us.
yeah, right.
I think that's good
You could put it
intentions.
in here. I don't.
That's good
Yeah.
intentions. And I just want. I like to know these things. I like to
Mhm.
know that, and then how new that is. That's interesting to me. Like, cause
Yeah.
I want like now when I look at homes, I want to see if it says it on there.
Yeah, and you can report people for it.
I bet
Yeah,
now.
it's wild. But I sometimes because I've been doing this for 6 years, so they barely changed it, and sometimes I say it, and I don't feel like my clients feel
No.
any other way. You know, I mean,
Okay,
they say it
you
like you
probably
say
didn't want to
it.
say. You probably shouldn't have said that though. But
What?
no,
Oh
I'm just kidding.
shit, my bad.
You don't ever
Okay, yeah,
say.
you're right. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm just kidding. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
We're human, and it's new.
right.
And
It's
then
so
like,
new.
like you said, I'm sure majority of the clients don't even know and
They don't.
care.
Yeah, they'll walk in the home and be like, "I like this." And
Or
I'm like,
the
"Okay."
first thing I want to see is the
Yeah. Yes. We'll just leave it there.
yeah, but that's interesting. Yeah, but well, yeah, that's another reason because I'm like I'm never gonna have this again.
Yeah.
I don't.
You will.
Yeah,
You will.
when I gotta buy a big ass home probably to get a
Mm.
big old master bedroom.
No, you just gotta have the right realtor.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
that. Or that. But yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait, can I ask you a question?
sure.
Am I supposed to look over there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. They're not even here.
Okay. That's why
You
I'm
know.
like, I don't know if I'm supposed to look that way or
I
not.
just sometimes I want to like certain things that I feel like I'll speak to them
Oh, okay.
and I'll let them know like y'all should listen to this.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Okay.
But they're not here.
Cool.
That camera's not even here.
Right. Cool.
Because now that it's not now that we're talking about it, it's kind of like
It's there.
yeah, it's there now.
No, I don't mind. I was just asking.
um. Okay, like, you mentioned single people how they get scared. Because I'm curious. I feel like you would see a lot more single people buying homes now.
You do.
Like it's because I feel like for a long time it's a couple thing. Like
Mhm.
get with somebody, now we're ready to buy a home. But
Yeah.
I feel like independence has been a big thing, and a lot of single people are buying homes. I mean that's just
Yeah.
my opinion. Though.
No,
I would
it's
like
true.
I would like to hear it from you, the people that you see that buy
I
homes.
think that they are, honestly. I don't really have too much to touch on that, but I do sell a lot to single people, and I don't know why. But yeah, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Well, not. I mean, it was just that. Like, what do the majority of who you see now these days buying homes?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's because too, the dating industry that I've heard of is super
It's
crazy.
fucked up.
Yeah, like it's just wild. Um, and I feel like you just gotta have your own like I don't know, but I can't really relate to that.
Yeah, I
But I
mean,
do know it's fearful for a lot of my single people.
yeah, yeah, because I know a couple. Like I said, it was scary for me. I don't want to say that though, but it's facts for me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that because I do want people to like if you're ready, bro.
It's only scary if you don't know, if you don't understand what
so
you're
get a good
doing.
realtor. Hit up
Yeah.
Ashley, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be a lot of the reason because I've seen some people that single people actually that they throw in the towel. Like they'll probably look at a couple homes and they're like, "Ah, I don't know about this," and then throw in the
Yeah.
towel and then they won't do it, bro. Like
Yeah.
I know a couple people. And
I always try to tell my single people do it. Like
there's a
I
reason why they're looking,
there's
right?
there's a reason why, and even if it's cuz like family or like them wanting to start a family or like they're doing I've had all kinds. You guys, it's wild. But I always tell them just do it. If you're pre-approved, like buy the damn house because you're not going to regret that in 3 to 4 years, you know.
Okay, what about like you get pre-approved for? Because I think these things I could be
Okay.
wrong,
Okay.
but 130
Oh,
pre-approval.
okay,
Like
then we need to work on some things.
because I feel like there's just not houses for that right now.
No, honestly, right now, the lowest, I'll say this lightly because it depends on areas and things like that, but
Right.
I'm not seeing anything readily move, like move in ready and doesn't need too much work done under 200,000. Like you need
Wow.
like, and if you want something move-in ready, you're probably more at the 240 range.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and that's just the benefits of real estate. Cause like my first home, I believe we bought it for like 127,
Oh wow.
like wild, and it was like a 2-story, 3-bedroom with like a game room. Like it was a nice home. It was just
Damn.
super old,
Yeah.
yeah, and like I
That
sold that home for way much more than
awesome.
yeah. So that's the beauty of real estate. So it's just kind of like don't get discouraged by the number today, because in a couple years that number's gonna be
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah, that's good information. Cause
Yeah.
I think cause I'm not like that. I don't really care how much the
Okay.
house is. I guess I more care about the payment
Right.
and
I like you already, because that's all I care about too.
yeah and to me like you can't those numbers if you pay attention to them they're gonna scare you.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you can't think about the big number
Right.
and but I think people need to hear that because I could see people getting discouraged of buying a home because of the price.
Yeah. If they hear like 250, then they go and tell their parents who
I
bought
actually
a
heard it
home.
yesterday.
Oh, did
I
you?
heard it yesterday. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she kind of I didn't know this because I
Uh
knew
huh.
she was looking for a home, but then she decided not to, and then she finally told me like I can't like she's scared of being dead. She looks at that number as dead,
Oh yeah. No.
and I'm like, no, bro, that's okay. Now it makes sense why you didn't buy a home.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, now you can't, especially with a home. Like I could see
Yeah.
like a I don't know, a small, maybe $5,000 investment in something, but
Mhm.
because you want to pay that up front because it's payable.
Yeah.
But a home, yeah, nobody's really like
Here's the
buying cash home.
Yeah. Here's the thing too that a lot of people I feel like get scared about, and I always do give this advice to my singles is they do get scared even if they tell me like, hey, look, my max is this much a month, right? And we go to that max because I keep you guys in budget,
Yeah,
and you the ones that send me the homes that I'm like, hey, what the heck? We're
yeah,
supposed to be here.
uh huh,
But regardless, I always tell them real estate's the best debt you could have, because if you get fired today, tomorrow, whenever, or like something happens to you and you just can't make these payments, move out, move with family, go get a like studio apartment, whatever is like the most cheapest for you,
mm-hmm.
and lease your house out, like rent your house out, sell your home. Like there's always a route in real estate.
Yeah. So once you have that property, it's like you're not gonna lose unless you're
Right.
dumb.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
really no, really, and even people that go into foreclosure, like they have a time frame to like be able to put somebody in there and catch up on that, like
Yeah,
those missed payments. So I've saved actually 2 homes from foreclosure because I'm like, what are you doing? What do you mean you haven't paid? Like,
that's
let
awesome.
me like hurry up and like try to get you a renter in here. But I feel like a lot of people think like, man, most of my singles are like, man, if I lose my job, like I'm gonna be stuck paying this and I'm gonna be stuck. Man, the world is different. Like,
Yeah,
there's so much more ways that you can like navigate and either make more money or just move out, move into something smaller for the meantime, get a renter in there and have them at least pay that mortgage off, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Uh,
Sorry, I probably went too much there.
nah, you're awesome. Honestly,
Okay.
actually, yeah, you're awesome because you have a little bit. I mean, I'm sure you talk to people all day, so
I do.
this is your thing. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
and I like to hear it. I like to hear it. I like to know where the world's going
Right.
because I'm stuck in a situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I want to rent or sell.
Uh-huh. You
I
need to look at the numbers. They have to make sense.
they both make sense.
Oh, okay. Well then.
It's a
There's
it's
another number that you have to look at too.
what's that number?
um, just like financially where you're at. We could cut this part out if you want.
Oh nah,
Oh.
it's fine.
Like if
I'm
you
not financially hurting. I just feel like it's I think I heard you speak on it. I want to just develop passive income.
Mhm.
You know, so yeah, that's
If
kind
I'm
of
gonna tell you something, okay? If you bought a freaking home in 2020, 2021, and early 2022 and you got a low interest rate, you should not be selling your damn house.
that
You
damn. See,
should
that's the
not be selling. And I'm sorry to other realtors if you're watching, But a lot of them will hear, you want to sell? Okay, let me come put my sign in your yard. I'm
Yeah.
about to make some commission.
Yeah, I thought you were about to
No,
do that.
no, hell no. I'm like, no, like, you need to lease this down. I lease homes out, like, personally. So I think that that's the best way to create passive income. I mean, someone's paying your mortgage off for you. You know, you're making a little bit on top of that mortgage, hopefully. And then you just do that a couple more times. And like my last video, maybe that's the video you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, have a home that's paying for your car, have another home that's paying for your mortgage, have another home that's paying for
Okay, yeah,
Target.
but yeah, okay, okay. I mean,
There's a lot more to it. I'll keep you here all day.
nah, I want to get into it because I fight back on these things because I feel like that sounds easy, right?
It's not easy. Nothing's easy in the world.
But when you say it like that, it
Uh-huh.
sounds easy. But my thing would be, okay, how am I gonna just lease my house and then buy another home, and then like buy another home, but
It's
just
a repeat process.
so just save up and
As
buy
long
another
as you
home.
have enough for like a down payment on a home, you should be okay.
That's how I look at it. But that's okay. Like I'll speak on my situation. I'm not
Okay.
ashamed, but I feel like because I want 4 properties. I've always said that when getting into like my first home,
Right.
I'm gonna obtain 4 properties and
Yeah.
hopefully more, but 4 is my goal, right?
Okay. Good
And
goal.
so I got one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, so I don't want to let it go because then I just need 3 more. If I let it go, then I need 4
Start
again.
over.
You're right. Okay. Well, but I feel like if I sell this house, the equity I get, I can buy 2
Okay.
properties.
You can. It just depends on your equity. And it also depends on the it depends on the market that we're in.
Right now.
If you can sell it right now for what you think you could sell it for.
Yeah.
That's the only downfall.
So yeah, because I did tell myself that I have to hit my mark
Yeah.
if I want to do something like that.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea because if you sell, say you net, like one of my clients, if when we sell, she's netting like $80,000 or so.
Mm-hmm.
She could easily go put 2 down payments on a home and purchase those properties. The problem is the way that I'm not going to say this because then legal things come in, but the problem is you have to purchase. If you're buying investment properties, you have to put a bigger down payment. If you're buying a home you're going to live in, you put a smaller down payment.
Right.
So
I got you.
I
you.
would say,
I could read between the lines.
okay, yeah. So you just gotta play the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's ways around all kinds of things, but the way you buy it determines if you're gonna lose all your money or
Okay, let's say
not.
regardless of investing or living,
Okay.
regardless of that, it is possible to buy 2 homes.
Yes.
Like I always thought, like you gotta buy a home. There gotta be like some time period of lapse, and then you're able to buy another home.
Okay. Now that's a good question because depending on the loan you bought, like say this house for example, depending on what kind of loan you got and if you got any, if you got a special program or something like that, there are stipulations in some of those programs that will prevent you from being able to buy or refinance, or I'll say that lightly too. But okay, but I will say for example,
Man,
because
so it really, man, it because when you're saying that, I'm just imagining the benefits of being a realtor to know all these things.
it's honestly experience, and honestly I have mortgage background, so I know what the banks are looking for, and I know what they frown upon. So I kind of know how to maneuver where I need to maneuver things.
We need to work, bro.
So to answer your question too, so I do have a client. He's an investor. He has 3 properties under contract right now. So to answer, I don't know if that helps answer your question, but he's buying them as investment properties.
Yeah.
He can't buy 3 primary properties, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it's very possible.
Interesting.
I'm a nerd in all this. Sorry if it's just like a
Stop
lot.
apologizing.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
I'm learning here. We're all learning here,
Perfect.
and that's the beauty of this shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I really, that's the whole reason to having my podcast is, even if it wasn't informative, what you're doing is inspiring.
Thank you.
What we're talking about is inspiring because I mean, just like one thing I caught on was you and your partner, you and your husband.
Mhm.
For y'all to be able to do that, I'm guaranteed people are like, bro, that's what I want. Like
Yeah.
somebody to back me and this and that, and it's possible at 20 years
Mhm.
old, bro.
Mhm.
Looking at me, I'm about to be 30, and I ain't even found that yet. You know.
Shh, don't say that. I'm about to be 32. No. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm just reinstating that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't doubt the conversation. Whatever we're talking about is gonna be, it's gonna hit somewhere.
Right.
Um, just a curious question because I know it was a big thing. I don't know how long it's gonna be a big thing. Do people still ask about Harvey, like
They
flooding?
do. Mhm.
Still,
Still till this day.
I forget how many years ago that was, but
2017. It wasn't that long ago.
damn, it wasn't that long ago. It feels like it was long
Mhm.
ago. So I guess we still got some time for it to be mentioned.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, do you believe it's gonna go away one day?
Harvey?
Well, like just
Like
people.
forgotten about like Hurricane
Yeah,
Allison that happened when we were like 5 or so.
yeah, I
I
guess
think
so.
it'll go away.
Like, well, I mean, like when people buying homes, because I feel like it's the first thing. Like, did Harvey flood? Like, did
Mhm.
this flood or did Harvey hit here?
I think until we have another disaster, that's gonna go. It's gonna completely like be on the back burner.
And what do you think about when people say that? Like, what do you think about the flood zones and stuff like that?
Honestly, personally, and that's how I work all the time, is very honest and
Yeah.
personal. Um, when you buy a home in a flood zone, you have to carry flood insurance that sometimes is super pricey,
Mm-hmm.
and that could take people out of their monthly budget,
Yeah.
you know. So it's beneficial to not buy a home in a flood zone because then you save yourself some money.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's very valid if people are like, I'm really scared for this home to flood like 3 feet or 2 inches, you know.
So if somebody told you, look, Ashley, I want to buy a house, but do not show me any houses that are in a flood zone. You respect that.
Right.
You don't tell them like, hey, come on, you gotta be open minded.
Never.
I'm just curious
Never.
because I'm curious because
Are
like,
you in a flood zone? No, I'm joking.
man, it's crazy because I don't think this area is a flood zone,
Oh,
but
okay.
I think developments of properties causes a flood zone
It does.
or causes a place to flood, not to be a flood zone. Sorry, but
Um,
because I feel like the things that they built, they're building out here,
mhm.
and it floods easy now. Like it can, like, it's crazy. And she's like, I'm gonna get in trouble again, huh?
No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like
No.
say something that might
I
hurt the industry or something.
Oh no, I know that like when there's new developments, like say they're building 300 homes here, until that development is 100% complete,
Mm-hmm.
there's always going to be like debris, there's always going to be clogged
Yeah.
drains, like cuz it's just all from dirt. It's not like from beer cans or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just from all the like mud and the dirt. So
And
it does impact the older communities. It does.
yeah, that and I mean, with that, I mean, I guess that's lonely what it is, but I see that they built up now,
Mhm.
so the water
Mhm.
goes to the places that are up already.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a kind of
It's not nothing to be frowned upon, especially if like you're not like impacted by it like negative, like super negative, but yeah.
yeah. So I'm just curious about that, and I ask, would you avoid the people that have that in their mind to not look at homes? Because I hear about some people getting some really good deals on homes that have flooded before, and I'm like, damn, you got like they got this nice ass house, like I think like Humble is one like an area like around the mall, Deerbrook Mall.
Yeah.
It's like real bad floods over there, and those are nice homes. I've been
Right.
in some of them homes,
Mhm.
and I'm like, damn, you got this for what?
Yeah.
And I'm just and it hasn't flooded, and
Uh-huh.
they're like proud, like, hey, I got me a badass house, pool, everything, like
Oh yeah.
for a really good price. And I kind of look at it like, damn, should I not care about that? You know?
Okay, I'm not gonna touch on that because I'll get into people's. I'll just maybe it may go different, but me, I would never buy a home in a flood zone. My husband doesn't give three shits if it's in a flood zone, and that's where we kind of butt heads on properties. But I've never bought a home in a flood zone.
Yeah, well, no, I get it because I wouldn't want the expense
Right.
of insurance. Flood
You just
insurance.
lose a lot. I mean, if there is a flood that happens, which we get it
But
When's our hurricane season? I don't know. Next
I
month
don't
or
know
so,
yet.
June or so. I mean, as long as you're well protected and you feel comfortable, and hey, that house is badass and it's in your price point, and go
Yeah,
for it, But I will say, if I have a client who has all, like, wants all those things, like, if this is the home, but it's in a flood zone, but I could pay for the flood insurance, and like I'm comfortable with everything, that is his choice. Like,
right.
I will give him all the flaws and cons of buying that property, but if he's cool with it, then
Yeah,
he's cool with it.
yeah. Cause also I know, cause my grandmother lives in a house that I don't even think it's a flood zone, but her Pacific area is bad. It's like
Oh.
it don't have to rain that much and it's
Mhm.
flooding, but she gets paid.
Oh yeah.
Like they get paid out, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like fix your damn whole house,
Yeah.
like and have extra.
Mhm.
Well, because like Hispanics, we get the hookups and stuff like that sometimes.
Right.
So she fucking, she'll fix up her whole house. Like she end up buying a car or something. Man, I hope she don't get
Mhm.
in trouble. But she'll end up buying a car. I'm just like, damn, all right, that's it just seems beneficial at sometimes. But I think that's where it matters if you can just afford the flood insurance or not.
Yeah. That's really where, if you're comfortable with losing all your things.
Yeah, I guess that's the other thing too, because it is kind of like a start over thing. If
It's
you
Yeah, it's an inconvenience, honestly.
There you go, perfect word,
Yeah.
inconvenience. But if it doesn't bother you, go ahead. Yeah, no, I was just interested because I know that was a big thing, especially like here, because I think that was a big thing for Kingwood when, like,
Oh
it
yeah.
doesn't flood out here, but it flooded bad on Harvey out
Kingwood
here.
is like known for flooding. It's
It is.
crazy. Hmm.
I didn't think that, but so that's why you're like a flood zone. But I'm not though,
Oh
thank
my
God.
god.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It was I just known it from that, but I could see it now being. I mean, I don't know if it always was, but I could see
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't think it always was.
I can see it definitely now because it's crazy, bro. Like it don't have like it don't have to rain that much, bro, and it's flooding pretty bad.
In the streets or?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not really houses,
Okay.
but the streets. Yeah, like
They hold some water.
yeah, dude. Like it'd be like a day of rain, and then I go to work and then come home and I'm driving through water.
Hmm.
But a good amount. It's not like it rained yesterday and it's flooding, like that.
Yeah.
Like, but
It's not halfway through your tires or anything
nah.
like that. Okay. Well,
But
that's good.
but you hear like my mother where they live, like they were like, yeah, this never floods right here, never flooded and
Hmm.
everything, and then they've had some little floods, man. Like,
Yeah.
and they're just like, man, we bought this house because they said.
No
It
flooding.
doesn't flood right here. It got bad a couple of times. I think I actually have videos. Sometimes I had to go walk and pick my daughter up because it flooded in the neighborhood.
Oh, crap.
And I had to like go. Well, I didn't want to drive a vehicle, so I picked her up and we walked home in the rain.
Hmm.
Good times.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter. This is my trooper right there.
I love that.
We've been through all kind of shit together.
Oh, yeah. You grew up with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same with me and my son. So
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't have a daughter, though, but I'm glad I have a son. But it's good because you're a man with a daughter. So it's.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but people actually don't like that. Like
What do you
that.
mean?
Like I always got like, what are you gonna do when she's needs to be feminine and
Oh, yeah.
and
You just gotta handle it.
I don't know. I do see it though now because
Hmm.
I was kind of hard headed about that. But what I mean is what I see is like she could be a little tomboyish,
Oh, okay.
But I don't. She knows when to be a girly girl, I think she
Hmm.
has both,
Right.
so that's fine.
That's good to be. I feel like I wasn't. People think actually that I was very girly, like growing up. And I'm like, no, I had to fight three brothers, like my whole
Yeah,
life,
like
you
when you
know?
when you told me that, I was actually like, damn, how is that? Three older brothers.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine you had to be tough.
Oh, yeah. Like, yes, I did. So, I have
Does,
a scar on my face from one of my brothers.
oh
Like, we
wow.
would get into
People ask me.
fights.
People ask me that. Do because I have two older brothers.
Oh, okay.
It's just us three, and like, do you wish you had a sister?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know about my brothers, but hell no. Like, I feel like that would have been another worry.
Oh, for you, like
Yeah,
as
as
a
a
brother.
brother.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like we you deal with your own shit already, but I think I would have had another worry on
Because then you
my
have to worry about a whole nother man with her, like at
anything.
this age, or just anything. Yeah,
Anything when girls picking anything. I could feel
right.
like you're just protective of a girl
Yeah.
as men should
Do
be.
you feel like you're super like protective of your daughter?
Um
Like with everything? Cause like I know I
I'm
am.
very lenient.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more of a like understanding. I come from understanding.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
people might knock me for that, but
No.
I just I like to think things are gonna happen regardless of how protective I am.
It's true.
I just have to educate her,
Yeah.
communicate, and
Okay.
hopefully bear her in the right direction.
Yeah.
Hopefully she listens.
That's
But
where I'm at too. My son tells me every almost too much,
oh yeah,
info, which I'm grateful for
yeah,
that
that's good.
relationship,
Mhm.
because he'll tell me about girls now and like his body parts and
Mhm.
things like that. I'm like, oh, okay. Why don't you go tell?
Yeah,
But he won't. He'll talk. He'll come to me and tell me that stuff. So it's
that's good.
it's good. It's a good thing. But I also feel like I just don't like when he tells me things. I can't get mad at him because he's telling me and like
Right.
he feels comfortable like in that zone. Like he'll be after school, get in my car, and he's like da 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 da, and I'm just like in my head, I'm like, oh my god, like what the fuck,
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh okay, like well, what'd you think? Like how'd you handle that? Like I just talked to him, so
Yeah.
kind of like understanding too. So I don't want to like ever take that relationship for granted and
Oh no. Yeah.
like knock
Definitely.
him down.
Definitely. And I think it's good that you have it because, like, I thought my communication with my daughter was awesome. Like, I
Okay.
would I mean, when she was younger, I would talk to her, like, not that she was my age, but, just a
Yeah.
little more older
Uh huh.
or expose her. I'm big on exposure. I feel like if she's exposed, then she'll be prepared.
Mhm.
But yeah, the middle school is changing things.
Oh yeah.
Like she's not telling me as much.
Oh
And
really?
yeah, and I'm just part of me is like I want to get it out of her
Yeah.
sometimes, but I'm like, I don't want to do that either. Like I just hope that she would tell me. But
Right.
I'm kind of experiencing that now cuz I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I thought we had a good.
Right.
Like she used to be so just talk and I tell her things but now it's a little more she's a little more conservative and
Yeah.
not exposing as much. Sometimes she'll come home and she'll be in a funk, and I'm like, bro, what happened?
Yeah. Like just
Like,
talk to me.
yeah, like let's talk through this. But I pretty much just do a prep talk, whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
I could probably be off, and it's not even nothing.
You
But I'm
know,
like,
I do this thing. I just created it because for a minute Zach would come home and my son's name's Zach.
mm-hmm,
He would come home and he would like, "How was school? Good. What
that's
else?
it. Yeah.
So I call it the word game. So like we'll sit on the couch or wherever in the car, whenever. And then we'll just like say, okay, just say a word. Like any word. He'll say a word or I'll say a word. And like one of them came up as like shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And he never cared about shoes, by the way, until like this grade level.
Yeah.
But shoes came up and then so we're like, okay, let's talk about shoes. So like we just talk about whatever that word is.
Uh-huh.
But like for example, that word created a conversation about like clothes, and then I was like, who do you think in the family like dresses the best? And then he was like, my older brother, his uncle. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. So like it created like a whole
Conversation.
like I was able to like see into his brain a little bit about
Mm-hmm.
like what do you think, so
That's awesome.
it's because I for a minute I would say like maybe the first couple weeks of sixth grade things just were like I think he was trying to figure out sixth
Yeah.
grade too. I mean they're human. And I was like, no, let's play a word game. So sometimes it lasts long, but sometimes it's like the color red or
Yeah.
a flower. And like
It might not be
we
so
kind of
much.
yeah, it doesn't go in detail that much, but it's a cool thing like that.
Nah, yeah, no, that's good. I like to hear little things like that because I would have never thought to do something like that. So
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And then engaging with your son, that's a good way to bring things out of him. And like you said, kind of pick how he thinks.
Yeah, because if I think because I think my brother David is like he's crazy, like
I
he's
remember your
very
brother David, now
swaggy.
that you say that.
You do remember him?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's funny.
he's
Actually,
mixed.
yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I remember I was so off on this. He's probably not even going to remember it. Like, he probably don't even know me. But
Yeah.
I had a party at my house one time.
Okay.
And he was there.
He always comes
and
Anybody I talk to, he's been at their party.
and I was like, bro, where do I know you from? But I think I totally got it wrong though. I was like, man, you like somebody, and he was just like, nah. And I was like, bro, I know you from somewhere though.
Yeah.
We never like I never
Uh-huh.
got it, and then
Yeah.
until later, I think I was like, oh shit, that's where I know you from. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
But like I would have never thought Zach was like I mean my brother's like swaggy, I guess, but I didn't think that my
didn't he do
son was
music too?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's swaggy, bro. What you mean? Like I don't know. I feel like if you have this like artistic touch, you kind of got something too.
And my brother's super talented, like honestly, like probably like the most talented out of all of us. Like as far as artistic goes and
Yeah,
like, you know, those
I
kind of
love the
things.
word artistic.
Do you? I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I think creativity is a skill that it's hard to like get it out there.
Right.
Put your stuff out there. Like you're artistic in a way. The way
Mhm.
you have
Marketing.
conversationing and marketing and
Yeah.
presenting. Bro,
That
your
too.
creative your content is crazy. I don't know how you'd get that done. Is that like a work thing? It's like involved with work, or you gotta kind of like get out there and find these people, or what?
So I have two videographers I work with, and I just kind of send them ideas like that I have, and one of them will be like, "Yeah, I could do it." The other's like, "Nah, Ashley, you're crazy," you know. And so I kind of rotate between both of them. So yeah.
Yeah, cause I kind of getting big into that right now. I mean, I've always done these little things for myself, though. I just kind of
Mhm.
always done them for myself.
Yeah.
Um, but I think like I kind of want to start branching out and helping people get things. Like I've actually thought about doing videos in real
Mhm.
estate.
It's very beneficial. I will say that. Especially if you take it like super serious and like know how to edit and like the
Mm-hmm.
trends that are going on. It's really beneficial because then the realtor doesn't have to tell you how to do it.
Yeah, you just kind of have the.
It's like, hey, this is my idea. Can you think you could do something with it? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't trust myself with that as much. But then when I finally put something together, I'm like, bro, you got this little skill here.
Yeah.
Like, cause I think I do have an eye for things. I just I've always been for myself. I think that's my biggest downfall is I never like reached out to people to do it. Like I
Yeah.
just always did it for myself, and I'm like, that's cool for myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't, but yeah, I thought about that. I think about it now a lot actually, cause doing this,
Mhm.
cause I have to edit here. It's not crazy edits though, and I don't have to do a lot of editing. But I caught myself like, this is pretty cool. Do you go by Ashley A?
I
Or
do. I don't, but I
did I
do.
say that earlier? I was like, I'm gonna call her Ashley because I like it. I
You
think
do?
I think it has like a
So
little, I don't know, interest in
it's
it.
just interesting. Like growing up, there's so many. I'm sure you have like 5 Ashleys in your phone. Like,
Not really,
well,
honestly.
that's
But
probably. Well, everyone that I've met in school, there's always been like 3 Ashleys in my class. So my name's like Ashley Ann Alexander. So I'm like triple A. So
okay,
I go by like Ashley A. So I don't know.
yeah, no, I like it. I meant to introduce you. I don't remember if I said that,
I
but
don't know.
I was gonna say that, and I was gonna be like, man, I hope she don't be like, don't call me
I
that.
feel like everybody on Instagram knows me as Ashley A. And then like people that I know, they're just like, what's up, Ash? Like, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just, it's an Instagram thing, I
yeah.
guess.
It's a yeah.
And my real estate thing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like me. I make names for myself. I'm going as Oak J Oak,
Uh huh.
but nobody's gonna call me that. Like
Oh,
that knows me.
right.
Like it's another industry. Like I imagine it happened with my music. Like nobody I was going as J Dollar,
Oh, okay. I
and
remember that.
and nobody called me that knew me. But then when I got in that industry working with people,
Hmm.
Dollar, what's up? It was everybody calling me that. So
Yeah.
I think I don't know what you really want to call it though, alter egos or whatever. I don't know,
You can.
or a character.
Character, personality, whatever.
Yeah, but yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and wrap up, man.
Cool.
I appreciate you coming again. Like I said,
You're welcome.
it was cool, and I think we need to work together, honestly. Or you need to help me
Let's do it.
in my ventures.
I've already worked with one of your people that you've interviewed.
Who's
So you
that?
can ask him.
Who's that?
Yuli?
Oh yeah.
So you can ask him about his experience.
Well, I know. I mean, he talked about him buying a home. I mean, he didn't speak on the details, but I know he was going through a rough time and he was still able to do it. I don't know if that was your doing, but he did it and he got it and he's
They
happy
did it, and
and
I'm happy for
he's
them.
happy about it, and I think that's a success.
Yeah.
I think it's all I need.
You're like, I don't need to talk to him at all.
But nah, I like what you're doing. Honestly, it's very inspiring to me.
Thank you.
I think people. I mean, I don't know about other people, but I think being a realtor is more than just a job. It's like you're like everybody has goals in
Mm-hmm.
life, right? And buying a house is a big goal in everybody's life. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
So you're helping people achieve those goals
Right.
or that goal.
That goal.
And that's big. That's cool, bro.
Yeah, and I try to implant in my client's head, like, don't get comfortable. Like, you see this as just for now. Like, enjoy it, and then move and shake a little in the market, you know.
Yeah.
But
To each his own, man.
to each his
Cause
own.
I
Yeah.
think people really do. That's probably it's some people that it's it from.
No,
Like I need a home for my
that's true.
family, and I'm good,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
I have a habit of saying, like, this is your first investment, like your first home, right? But one of my clients, and I love her to death. We love each other. But she's like, Ashley, no, like I'm staying here forever, right? Like she kind of like, and I was like, I'm sorry, you know, like I didn't mean to come
Yeah.
off like that. And she's like, no, like this is my forever home. Like it's been so long. Like I've been trying this, you know. She
Hmm.
just never got to buying the home. Like she would start and then something came up. But I will say, she called me end of last year and was like, hey, I'm ready to like try to do something. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, and who knows? Maybe you did. She kept that in the back of her head,
True.
the way that you talked to. I think don't doubt that stuff.
No,
Like,
never.
like don't be like, I'm sorry, I came out this way. It's like that's the way you think. That's the
Yeah.
way, and you probably did keep that in. Like it was in the back of her head. Man, I remember Ashley telling me
Uh-huh.
this is just an investment. You know what? I'm gonna call her up. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because like you said, a lot of us just didn't learn that way.
And the world is still changing. Like things are still changing, and it's wild. Like it's just wild what you can do nowadays. I feel. I don't know.
I might have to edit this in because like I said we are gonna stop it, but
Oh.
I want to know now. Something popped up to me. How do you feel about these investors buying homes like Open Door and
Oh
things like
hell. That is just wild to me. You know they have a lawsuit against them, right?
no?
So there's like a big old news thing about companies similar to what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even saying no names, but
Mm-hmm.
companies similar to that. Because what they were doing is they were going to people and like say we'll just use you. Let's say they came and said, "Hey, we could sell your home for this. You know, what do you think?" And you're a buyer. You know, I mean, you're a homeowner. You don't do research every day in the market how like we do. You know. And what they were doing is they'll buy the home from you. Yeah, they bought it fast and put cash in your pocket. But then they just relisted it, put a little paint, maybe a countertop on there, not even new cabinets, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and listed it for more. And you were ultimately losing. So basically, they're getting sued because by a lot of people, because they were lying to people about how much their house was really worth.
Uh-huh.
So I honestly don't agree with other third party companies like that try to say like, hey, we'll buy your house fast. Da, da, da. If you're in a financial burden that works for you, go for it. But like, if you're really not and you're just chilling and then someone says, hey, I want to buy your home, look into that deeper. You know?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, definitely. I can see that,
Yeah.
but well, more of the question.
Okay.
Like
For us.
it seems like it's gonna. It seems like the market is becoming a renter's market.
Um.
Like, cause I've heard like out here, like my brother sold his house,
Okay.
and he was like, "Man, I want to put, I want a family to live there." You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope a family. And I think they did like, they like put up a front,
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, I'm moving here with my family," and then it ended up being an investor,
Mhm.
and like,
It happens.
and then put a renter, renter
Uh huh.
on it, and it just seems like damn nobody like people that really families that really need homes. It seems like investors are really taking, and I don't know,
They are taking it. No, they are.
maybe I'm wrong, but I just
Mhm.
feel like damn it's gonna be a renter's market, like
So yeah, if
like, years later.
yeah, but that's the truth. There's a lot of investors who even team together and like manage X amount of money, and they just go and start buying left and right, left and right. But it's because they're trying to take advantage, just like you and me are trying to take
Yeah.
advantage. But that's where I tell people, like, if you're approved, or like if that's a goal of yours, you need to execute it like quickly. And I'm never salesy like that. Like I'm always like, unless, and when I say quickly, because that sounded salesy. But when I say, it's like if you're in that position to do that,
Yeah, the proof of
obviously
code.
if you're not there yet, I help you get there, of course. But when you're there, man, just do it. Because eventually a lot of these properties are going to be eaten up by investors who don't even live here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the scary part, because they're never going to sell. They're
Mm-mm.
selling in 10, 20 years, you know. So that is scary, and that is kind of sad. But
Well,
us
that's
as
how.
people, individuals, not LLCs and investors, we have to kind of do our part to kind of,
Stay above float,
yeah,
adjust, adapt.
mix in with shit. Look at them as a competitor.
Right, right.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Nah, I get it, but I think it is a little bit of your realtor,
Yeah,
like the way you view it.
yeah,
A family like, damn, they get. I could just imagine people getting very discouraged, even that, like, damn, like they just came in and offered more and they got it,
yeah. Like, what can
and
we
then
do?
it's back on the market for
Yeah,
rent, and then it's like, damn it, I really wanted that house. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, I could just really, and I don't know, it does, like you said, it seems sad because some people don't want to be in the real estate game, and
Mm-mm, they don't.
and it sucks for them, but I don't know. I don't know. I said that because I think that's what it's gonna go to in my eyes. My opinion is like a renter's market. Now you're just
Right.
gonna have to rent,
Mm-hmm.
which might not be bad if everything goes that way. You're just
I'm
gonna be
I'm
stuck
on both.
behind.
Yeah, I'm on both views because I do both.
Right.
And so
Yeah, they're
um
competitors to you. I get it. I get it.
like I see, I don't know. I guess I'm on both views. So I get I feel for like the no, I'm not gonna cut this out. I'm on both ends.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
yeah.
definitely it's okay to be on both ends
Yeah.
because part of your game is I'm gonna help a family buy a home,
Right.
but I'm
A thousand
also
percent.
I'm also gonna do what I need to do.
Yeah.
Like, even if I need to get you in my own renter's house.
No, but I think that my goal really, like for this whole industry, or like for me and my business, is I want to see more families buying homes. Like I really want to see generational like curses. Like no one in my family bought, so like this is my first home. Like this is, like I truly do like love seeing that.
Yeah, that's your intention with it.
Yeah, and then if I turn them regular mom
Pers-
and pop people into investors, that makes me
That's
feel like
even more.
fucking amazing. Like
Yeah,
that's amazing to me. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's beautiful. Well said.
yeah. That's why I'm like I'm on both ends, because I was once that family, but then I also bought another property, rented it, and now I'm like, you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
I just want people to do that.
you elevated. Yeah,
Yeah,
you evolved,
there you go. Yeah,
and you're getting they might evolve too, and
yeah. They will.
yeah, there you go. Well said. Yeah, now we'll end it there. 'Cause
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
that's a good note to end it. All right. Well, appreciate everybody watching. Honor to have you, and thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
Wrap up.
okay. Thank y'all.